Hey, Spencer in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare coating for your RayBan 8901, color 5261, which is the tortoise, and the 55 eye size. Let's go ahead and take everything out of the original packaging that RayBan sends it to me. Of course, you get this really cool, since this is the carbon graphite collection, you get the really cool case. Of course, the black RayBan cleaning cloth. Ooh, not the silver one that comes in most of them. And of course, this is your frame, and the tortoise with the carbon fiber temples. And of course, this is a little plastic sleeve they put on there to prevent the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And of course, I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you to keep everything nice and pristine and perfect. Of course, again, the carbon fiber. This is actually 7 layers of carbon fiber. They use water jets to cut this out. And then they epoxy the 7 layers together to make this extremely strong, but extremely lightweight. So I'm going to pop out your demo lenses. And of course, you're going to be getting all the manufacturer's original packaging. And I'm going to take your frame, put it into the tracing element of my edger, and hit go. And so the stylus is going to come up and it's going to trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses. And of course, you paid for the upgrade to the anti-glare, and that is all you are paying for. And free shipping anywhere in the United States. Okay, so this will be your shape eventually as it pops up. There we go, there we go. Your pupillary distance, you are 31.5 millimeters in each eye. So I'm going to bring that down 31.5 millimeters. And let's go ahead and get your lenses ready. Let's take all this down here to my Marco 101 lensometer. The right lens is -1, -50 at 165. So I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 165. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve, put it on -1. Rotate your lens until I find the optical center of your lens. Check your astigmatism correction. That looks good. And I'm going to put 3 dots. Hang on, make sure everything's lined up perfectly. I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, which is a little bit hard for you to see, so I'm going to darken these for you. That is 1, 2, and 3, and that is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left. -75, -75 at 27, 027. So I'm going to spin that to 027. Put the power drum on -75. Put your lens in, rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly. Check your cross curve, which is your astigmatism correction. And again, let's put 3 dots on there that I always have to darken. Let's mark that one L too while I'm at it. I will darken these, that way you can see what's going along on video. So I'm going to take your lenses back down here. And of course, I need to apply a block to each lens. The block has a double-sided sticker on there, and I'm going to peel off the piece of paper on one side to make my side sticky. And of course, that little silver button is the magnet that holds it in place in the arm right there. And then we're at 31.5. Where'd your right lens go? There it is. The reason why I put those 3 dots on there, and hopefully you can see that, that center one is your optical center, and these other 2 I line up, and that gives me a straight meridian that tells me exactly that your lens is oriented in there perfectly. So I hit the button, the arm comes down, the block is applied to your right lens. Now let's do the same thing for your left. Again, this will mirror that. That'll give me 31.5 millimeters. If it was different, I would enter that, but you are 63 millimeters as your PD. So that goes in there. Hit the button. Oh, you know what? Forgot to put a block in there. Forgot to put the block in there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing again. Let's pull up that picture. Of course, it's going to put me on the right eye first. Let's flip that over to the left. Take that magnet, put the block in there. Of course, nothing has moved. So now let me hit the button. I was shooting blanks before. Now the block is put onto your lens. See what kind of hurry I am to get these out to you so you can go to Orlando with the family. Do the little family vacation in Orlando. That ain't cheap, so I'm glad you're saving money with me. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. and this wheel in the center with that little channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens. I shouldn't be drawing on there. So it'll stay inside your frame. Let me go ahead and put your right lens into the chuck. Thank you, Chuck. And let's see, pull the shape up of your frame. Yeah, I know I've only done one lens. Since I only did the left lens, it's doing that to me. And I'm not going to polish the edges. I am not going to put a bevel on the front surface of the lens, only the back. And let's hit start. So the clamp's going to close to hold your lens in place, and then two white calipers are going to come down, and it's going to trace the shape of the right side of your frame to make sure the lens is large enough to fit. It does this twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly where to position the bevel so the lens fits best inside your frame. If it was a really thick lens, I could move the bevel backwards or forwards for best. Of course, this is not even going to show in this frame because your prescription is not strong enough. Now, your lenses are made out of the polycarbonate material. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are also bulletproof up to 22 caliber. If it wasn't bulletproof, could I do this? Yeah, see, I don't think so. I couldn't spin it on my finger. Of course, I couldn't do that anyway. But it also has both UVA and UVB protection built into it. I know I repeat myself in these videos, but your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, and we know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin from overexposure. So you have permanent sunscreen on your eyes that will never need to be reapplied, like you're going to have to do for you, the wife, and the kids when you go down to Orlando to visit the grandparents. If you notice, your lens is completely flat on every edge, just like a nickel. I could take it out of the edger and it would stand up on its own. In just a moment, it'll move over to get the V-shaped bevel cut onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So the lens always comes up as the wheel moves around so nothing could ever bump into each other. Again, it's measuring the thickness at every point to make sure where to place the bevel. This is so precision. If you watch some of my videos from the past year, I had a great machine that lasted me for several years. I was sad when I got the new one, but boy, I don't look back now because this thing is so precise. So now it's actually getting the V-shaped bevel. Your lens is no longer flat. It has a knife-like edge, a very dull knife like me, but a knife-like edge nonetheless. In fact, this knife, your lens will be so sharp it could cut wet tissue, providing you soak that tissue in a bucket of water overnight and then press down really hard, then you might be able to cut through it. But up till now, your lens has been cutting dry. Oh, what great timing. Polycarbonate cuts dry where high index and plastic cut wet. Water only kicks in for the last 20 seconds just to wash away any optical debris, optical sawdust if you will, that may be on the edge of your lens. So it is done with that. Now this lever is moving into place, and it has what looks like a little Dremel cutting wheel on there. This is actually applying the safety bevel to the rear surface of the lens, just so there are no rough edges that could be protruding out of the back of the lens. Now you also upgraded to the anti-glare coating. The anti-glare eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but also from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead lights. It's 3 features in one. I mentioned the anti-glare feature. It's also an anti-reflective lens. You can see how the fluorescent lights above me reflect onto the lens. It doesn't on yours, so it makes for much better eye contact. Plus, if anyone takes a picture with the flash, you won't see the flash lit up in the lens. You'll see just your eyes. And the other feature that I like, the practical side, is it comes with the best scratch protection in the business. The machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million, and it takes 24 hours. It literally vaporizes 7 layers onto your lens. There we go, that snaps in good. Let's go ahead and start cutting your left lens. So because of the time and expense it needs to apply that anti-glare coating, that's why they put the best scratch protection in the business on there. They gotta protect the work that their $1 million machine has done. And the fact that it takes them 24 hours to do just that coating. You see how quick it is for me to cut your lenses. It takes 24 hours to apply that anti-glare coating. So that's why they apply the best scratch protection in the business on top of that. The wheel is starting. If you hear the whirring sound, the grinding, the wheel moves into place. The lens is hovering right above it. And because of the anti-glare coating, I have it cutting on the soft cycle, meaning that it cuts slower than normal. The anti-glare coating, the other nice thing about it, you never need a liquid cleaner again that people will try and sell you. All you're going to need is the RayBan cleaning cloth, and the cleaning cloth that I will provide for you, the microfiber one. Speaking of which, I also include cleaning instructions so that to care for your cleaning cloth in case, so it will last you for years, as well as a selfie request to have your picture on the website. When you get these and you're rocking them, by the way, and to save time, I went ahead and cut your polarized sunglasses. So either one, I'd love to have 2 pictures of you with the family down in Orlando wearing one of these so I can put them on the website. You like that carbon fiber, don't you? Your sunglasses are made out of the same thing. But let's go ahead and inspect your right lens. Let me dry everything off there. I'm going to put it in back into the lensometer, spin the axis wheel back to 165. Put it in there. What time is it? I got a few minutes. Where's my flashlight? I'm going to spin the power drum until I get the sphere, which is -1. Check your astigmatism correction, which is another 2 steps. We're ending up at 150. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It goes in quarter increments, 0.50, starting at 0, which is Plano, which is also a city in Texas. I know you're an Oklahoma fan. You got to be living in Oklahoma. You might be a Texas fan, but anyway. Hey, how about Oregon whooping up on Florida State? My ACC team got knocked out like that. Anyway. It starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150, and so on. So you need 4 steps of correction for your farsightedness. You are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, you can see the hairs on an ant's legs. Hold it out here, not so much anymore. So your lenses will actually minify 4 steps. Now you have an additional 2 steps of astigmatism correction. There is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just is the fine-tune knob. This first number gets everything the correct size. This takes away fuzzy edges. People squint with astigmatism. That's why P's and F look alike are the numbers 6 and 8. So this number gets everything the correct size. This number takes away the fuzzy edges. This number just tells us where to turn that knob, so we take away those fuzzy edges. Now your left eye is -75 spherical. You need 3 steps of correction to make everything the correct size. And then you need an additional 3 steps to take away those fuzzy edges, and we turn that knob to 27. Now these first 2 numbers are real values. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. On your right eye, a straight line is 0 to 180. So 90 being in the center, we turn that knob to 165 for your right eye. For your left eye, we're only going to turn that knob to about 27, with 45 being halfway between 90. So we're going to turn that knob to about 27, visually speaking, that is. Let me dry your lens off again. Use my thumbnail to scrape away any optical debris that may be there. Where's your frame? Here it is. I'm going to take your left lens, tuck it in at the outside corner, and don't be stubborn. Oh, I do need to take it down a little bit more. This late in the day, I need to calibrate the equipment. I should have done that. I'm going to take it down another 1/10 of a millimeter. And for all my American friends out there, where's my PD stick? Here it is. A millimeter is the distance between my thumbnails, because you have no idea what a millimeter is. But I'm going to take 1/10 of that distance off, going all the way around your lens until it snaps in there easily. The other thing I have done, Spencer, which is nice, I've memorized the shape of your frame, so 5 years from now, if your prescription changes, you will not need to send me your frame. I've done the same thing now for your sunglass lenses, so if your prescription ever changes, I can send the lenses right to your home. You will never need to send me the frame anymore, because that was the problem getting the correct size out of Italy. The machine will memorize that it has to take the left lens down a little bit more. Put that on that side, get it ready to go, and I can mail the lenses right to your home, considering there's never a huge blackout and the memory goes blank on here. But I should be able to memorize about 10,000 shapes. Actually, it memorizes them in here onto this computer, but I can just pull it up. Come on, wake up, mouse. Wake up, mouse. I can pull up the shape onto the computer, do everything I need to do to send you new lenses. Take the lens out. Yeah, this late in the day, I just need to calibrate the equipment. It runs so fine, so sensitive. The left lens just a little bit needs to be taken more off. So again, I'm tucking it into the outside corner using my thumbs. Now it snaps in there easily. Pop the block off. Let's go down and measure the power on here. Back the power drum, I'm sorry, the axis wheel, we're going to put it 27. That is the astigmatism correction. Put the left lens in over that dot. I'm going to spin the power drum until your spherical power comes in. We're at -75. That is 1 tick mark away from 1. You need 3 steps of correction, and we're ending up at -150 for total power. Your pupillary distance is 63.5 in both eyes. I'm going to turn the card around, turn the battery off on my flashlight too. But I'm going to place the 0 against my thumb on your right lens, and then we hold it up to the left lens. We're getting 63 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Now, one thing I always like to mention in my videos while I'm cleaning lenses is I don't have to clean these. I can send them to you with these red dots if you want to wear them that way. But anyway, there's a very small chance that these will fit too loose or too tight on your head. That's because, but there is an 80% chance that one side is going to be higher than the other. And that's because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other. And I'm no different. I'll show you that in just a moment. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first before I mail them to you. Did I mention free shipping anywhere in the United States? But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as the 3-point stance. Since we were just talking football, the 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them down on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Sorry, I saw something I need to clean. When I say wobble, again, I'm part of that 80%. Let me get my cell phone charger out of there. Come on, cell phone, you don't need to be in the story. But when I press down, my frames wobble like that. But they sit level on me. Flip them over, press down, they fit level. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. Check the tension on each hinge, and that's the same. That is a really nice brown carbon fiber on there. But anyway, if anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses.com while the website is still being worked on. Still not complete yet. I'm about a month away from having the final site up and running. But again, email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com if you have any questions. Spencer, I appreciate you giving me the chance to cut the RayBan 8901 color 5261 with the 55 eye size. And have a great time in Orlando, and hopefully everyone else got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.